Thank you very much for having me with you. And one thing I noticed is we have a majority of women here in this place. What's happening to the men? Where are they? That's why this year I am planning to organize a conference entitled Men Empowerment Month. I just have a feeling that the men have always been battered in this country. So, are you happy you're here?
Yes.
Well, I'm so happy because I can see a lot of gorgeous people in this place. You look gorgeous. Raise up your right hand. We go to work by the way. Raise up your right hand.
Gorgeous ba?
Kanan yung right. Raise up, raise it up, raise it up. Everybody, come on, raise it up, yeah. Tap the shoulder person to your right, look at that person and say, you look so gorgeous.
You look so gorgeous.
Kaliwang kamay. Tap the shoulder person to your left, look at that person and say, huwag kang sinungaling. Wait. Are you happy your company is doing this for you?
Yes.
Do you know that by pulling you out from your workstations and gathering you here today, that's going to be expensive for the company? Yes. Do you know that this place is expensive? Yes. Do you know that the food you consume, and that's a lot of it, is expensive? Yes. Do you know I am expensive? Are you happy your company is doing this for you?
Yes.
Raise up your left hand. We're going to be doing a lot of this until I'm done. Ready? Have the shoulder person to your left. Look at that person and say, ang galing-galing ng company.
Ang galing-galing ng company.
Kanan kamay naman. Have the shoulder person to your right. Look at that person and say, kaya magtrabaho ka naman.
Oo nga, recruitment din.
I'm going to be speaking in Filipino, so I have to apologize a little bit. Can somebody help Stefan there if you don't understand? Now, I normally start my presentation by asking permission, which I'm going to do right now. Will you permit me to first introduce to you the people who are with me, the special people in my life, starting with the one and only love of my life. You notice something, sir, in the Philippines, every time you mention love, there's a sound we make. Lila, can you stand up so people can get to know you? Lila and I will celebrate our 39th wedding anniversary this year. Eyes in front, I'm the one on the left. She's my high school sweetheart. My one and only treasure. And treasurer. Question, how many more you're married? Raise up your hand. Fantastic. Next question, how many more you are happy? Next question, how many more you are still single? Explain the reason why. Can I introduce you my kids?
Yes.
You know, in the eyes of parents, they still look like kids to you, but my son is no longer. Brian is now 37 years old, very, very single, but not available. He went to Morocco last year and proposed there. And he's into photography and marketing. He has conceived a very beautiful marketing campaign for the country's largest chain of barber shops called Bruno's. And he calls it Cuentong Barbero, which is very, very nice. But he's a drummer, he's a musician with a band that released their third CD. And the name of the band is called Taken by Cars. And together with his Japanese partner Shinji, they now run restaurants called Crazy Katsu. And then I'm getting used to the fact that Hannah, my daughter, got married last year. Hannah is the one on the right. successor. Specialization is embroidery. About 8 years ago, we sent her to Paris where she studied embroidery in the school owned by House of Chanel. And we have not yet recovered our investment. How about the Bible? Anybody knows this lady on your extreme left? On your extreme right, everybody knows her. What's her name? Anybody knows the lady on your extreme left? Yes, you gotta congratulate her for bringing us our gold medal in this year's, last year's ASEAN meet, right? She's Heidelin Diaz, our certified silver Olympian medalist in the field of weightlifting. She was my speaker last Friday. I love this girl. Let me tell you why. Every now and then I run my level up leadership, and the next run will happen on, let's show the poster. Those at the back, can you see? Kita nyo?
Yes.
Kita di ba itong 24,800? And then, she's gonna send me, this is the one I'm sponsoring. She would send me a text and she would say, Sir Francis, can I ask for a discount? I want to invest in my own learning. Doesn't that amaze you? Diba? Is this famous? Is this everything? She wants to invest in her own learning. And how much money does she make anyway? She works for the Philippine Air Force. So I say, don't worry about the fees. Just come aboard and then let's have the seminar together. It's amazing that you and I today can see there's a lot more celebrities and personalities now who are attending my business seminar. Why is that so? This has never happened before. Why? I think I finally realized your looks, your guapo, your ganda, they are not sustainable tools that can assure your long-term success, right? Stand up and greet our friends over here. She is one person who's got absolutely no problem with contractualization. The moment she was born, I decided to regularize her employment. Last year, we had a very meaningful conversation between father and daughter. You know, the type of conversations from the heart, the type of conversations that brings tears to your eyes. And I said, sweetheart, to be serving your dad so well, I finally decided to increase your salary. And she says, Dad, what are you talking about? You're my father, I'm your daughter. You don't have to do that. Sabi niya, I want profit sharing. Speaking, she is now my boss, she is running my consultancy company, and I'm her product, and guess what? The moment she took over the business, my business just exploded. Why? The future belongs to the young. You hold the future. But you gotta know how to run it. You gotta know how to live well, you gotta know how to learn well, you gotta know how to earn well, and you gotta know how to save the money you make. The number one challenge of young people is what? FOMO. What is FOMO? What is FOMO? Fear of missing out. So when somebody sees in Instagram, new restaurant, new food, we're gonna go there. Follow. What is follow? Fear of living offline. And then also FOMO. What is FOMO? Fear of messing up. Those are challenges that young people have to go through. But you don't have to, because that's my job. Are you happy in here?
Yes.
I'm going to teach you how to navigate yourselves through the uncertain terrains of the future and find sustainable tools to sustain you through the coming days. Is that interesting for you? Okay, now that I've been introduced to you, my family, I need to ask you the most important question before I can continue. How many of you are watching me and listening to me for the first time pala? Taas ako ngayon. Grabe ang dami. Akala ko si this is your first time, please do not say this because I will be upset. People who see me for the first time, they have a tendency to say, alam mo yung speaker natin, may kamukha siyang speaker. Tapos na yung Christmas. Tapos na. Ako yan, ha? Ako yan. Take a look at him. Layo. Take a look at the next one. Diba? Layo. Pero sabi naman ng iba, hindi yung isang singer ang kamukha niya. Let's review. Ako yan. Take a look at the next one. Ang layo.
Richard.
Take a look at the next one. Diba? Question. How many of you are familiar with Photoshop? Yeah. Have you ever imagined with magical technology computer, specifically using Photoshop? Would you like to see how I would look like if we're going to combine the three photos together? Would you like to see? Would you? Okay, let's review. That's Richard, that's me, that's Joe. Pag pinagsama, yan pala. Puti yan eh, puti. I'm Filipino, but I have Chinese blood, right?
Yes.
May obvious ba? Maybe I look more like him. What do you think? Well, the point I'm trying to say is today you can use technology and you can use computer. For the heck of it, you can use Photoshop to craft a persona. Everybody say the word persona.
Persona.
The literal meaning of the word persona, the beauty of the Greek vocabulary, persona means mascara. Today, in a social media saturated world wherein there are so many personalities trying to project an image of being happy and successful and excellent and wealthy and so forth and so on, but you're not sure whether telling the truth and reflection of the authenticity of the moment or the person, right? So it's so easy to fake a personality. That's why today you have fake news and you have fake people. Do you like fake people?
Oh.
What do you want? You want the real thing? Raise up your right hand, you're too quiet. Tap the shoulder person to your right, look at that person and say, kaya ikaw, magpakatotoo ka. Kaliwag ka ba? Kaliwag. Tap the shoulder, look at that person and say, what the plus? Now that I've introduced to you my family, mamaya ko na lang bibigay sa iyo ang business background ko, I want to ask you, who among you, who is the person here who has given the most years of service to the company? Kasi kung pinakamatagal na, ang taon na service. How many years? 7. Alam mo yung mga 7 years na yan, pinapalakpakan yan eh. Similar to 7 or surpassing 7? Wala na? Ikaw na? Going 7. Okay. Dahil siya ang pinakamatagal na sweetheart, then you give her a book on.
Wow. Ako po pala. Wow.
Why am I doing this? Will you agree with me if I say we have to recognize, honor, award, and admire people who have given years of dedication and faithfulness to the company?
Yes.
Will you agree with me if I say faithfulness is becoming a rare commodity these days? Is it important to be faithful in order to be successful?
Yes.
Raise up your left hand. Tap the shoulder person to your left. Look at that person and say, you've got to be faithful.
You've got to be faithful. Faithfully.
Tap that person and say, what got to be Let me give you a little bit of my background. You know, I've always been in business. I still am in business. You know, this country knows me to be a speaker. And by the way, this talk of mine now is officially my 25th talk for the year.
Oh.
And stop counting. I know you're a counter. And if you love what you do, it's no longer work. Am I right? How many of you love what you do? Raise up your hand. One more time. How many of you love what you do? Raise up your hand. Kuha ka ng litrato. I'm still in business. You know, in 1985, I came from the jeans business, but currently, I left the jeans business. You're too young, you don't know my brand. I invented a local brand called Company B. And then we brought in an Italian jeans brand called Replay Jeans. And now I'm still active in retail. I'm active on the board of a company called Primer Holdings. In the industrial side of what we're doing, we represent an American industrial air conditioning brand called York. But then in retail, sweetheart, can you show them our retail brands here? Our retail brands now, you may not know Primer, but you know our brands. We run the following: Victorinox, North Face, Columbia, Fit Club, 2B, ROX, Brand Hot, Travel Club,
Herschel,
Hydro Plus, and this is our latest brand. Sabi natin sabay-sabay. 1, 2, 3, go, and make it. Therefore, I understand a little bit about business, and I keep myself relevant with what's happening right now. I spent 2-hour meeting just with a neighbor here, BDO. So 2 hours, I was drinking coffee and a lot of water. That's why I have to go to the restrooms again. And they wanted us to do training for their 1,400 bank managers. That's how many they are, right? And so here's what I would like you to understand. Number one is this: 2019, this year is now phenomenal. Why is this year phenomenal? This year officially marks that the majority population of the world is now the Generation Z.
Yeah.
Gen Z is now the biggest population in the world today. Next, I've got good news for the millennials. And I also have not so good news for the millennials. Which one do you want to hear first?
Good news.
The good news with the millennials is that the majority of my clientele right now are millennials. The not so good news of the millennials is they're getting old. Are you kidding me? The oldest millennial now is 37 years old. What generation do they belong to? Sino sa inyo? You belong to Gen Y. See, they don't even know what Gen Y is. Sweetheart, pakita mo nga po ano yung Gen Y. Gen Y, yung na naiintindihan.
Gen Y.
Ayan ang Gen Y. Millennials na. Practically everybody here, right?
Yes.
Have you ever heard people complaining? The problem with the millennials. Have you ever heard people say that? I have a problem with that. Why do you always associate the millennials with a problem? Every generation has problems with the younger generation. One day you're going to say the problem with the zillennials, the problem with Gen Z. No, it is because they don't understand you guys. I do. That's my job. I do leadership training. Have you ever heard older people say the problem with the millennials, wala silang tiyaga? Have you ever heard them say that? They don't understand you. I'm your defender, by the way. I'm going to show you how you were. Now, I have another problem with that. I have a problem with people saying the problem with the millennials. My problem is that the millennials themselves are saying the problem with the millennials. You're so confused, you don't even know who you're accusing. Here's my biggest problem. I now have a lot of young speakers now teaching about the millennials. He refers himself to the guru of millennials. Are you crazy? No, I'm no longer a millennial. That's why I would understand the full spectrum of you. Can I tell you who you are? Okay. Now watch. You grew up in an environment that's so totally different from us. By the time you grew up, you began walking. Your environment is built up of high-speed broadband computer environment. The generation before you, Gen X, naabutan pa nila yung dial-up modem. What is that? Psst! Maglaba ka muna pag maglaba si And by the time you were walking, your generation is really called the digital natives. Natives kayo ng digital world eh. All the other older people, they belong to digital immigrants. You getting it? Now watch. By the time you started walking around and you're growing up, there's a word that is invented unique to your generation that became a buzzword everywhere. What is it? Anybody who can guess the right answer gets a book from me. Clue starts with letter M.
M.
Millennial. 5 seconds. Wala? Okay? You know what that M word is? The ability of one person to do many things. Multitasking. Multitasking now has been so ingrained in your life and mine, it's no big deal anymore. Would you like to see how you look like when you were growing up? Would you?
Yes.
I have your picture. Yes, look at this. Kayo yan. Now, I'm going to go through this very, very fast. Your generation is the first generation of young people who do not need adults to get information. Last year, I spoke to 4,000 superintendents and principals from the Department of Education, and I told them, man, don't allow your teachers to allow their students to enter the classrooms possessing more relevant and pertinent information while your lesson plans were updated 2 years ago. They want to respect you. Does that make sense? Most teachers I know, they're very hardworking, but just like any companies and institutions, they are the lazy ones. Ayaw mag-update ng lesson plan. Benta ng tosigo. Just people who can broadcast their every thought and emotion. Do we have mothers here? Parents? Yes. This is the number of complaints of parents. After a hard day's work and after school, when our children come home, we want to engage them in a meaningful conversation. They don't want to speak out. They don't even express any emotions. No, they do. You do. But guess where you express your emotions? You don't just express your emotions in Facebook. You over-express. My son Brian had a skin rash. In-Instagram niya. Skin rash yun. The mystery, hindi yung ini-Instagram yung skin rash. The mystery is maraming likes tsaka comments. How many among you are in Facebook? Oh, bakit hindi lahat? Sino nga sa Friendster? Can I show you my Facebook page?
Yes.
Don't forget the number 2 after my name. Why? Every single day I post stuff. I give thoughts on money and excellence and relationship and career and business and so forth and so on, spirituality, so forth and so on. It doesn't cost you a single thing. Many of my clients now are downloading the stuff and sharing it with all the people now. Just a matter of curiosity. I'd like to know how many of you are already connected with me, my Facebook, LinkedIn, or Twitter page. Higher, raise your hands. Those of you who have not raised your hands, you are witnessing the hands that represent the highly intellectually gifted and very successful, beautiful people in this. Do you know why that page is important to me? Ask me why. God has allowed me to use that page to convince, last count, 14 young people not to push through with their plans to commit suicide. Very strange. They don't even know me, I don't know them. But they're asking me for counsel, and I've met 4 of them in real life. This way, people ask me for advice. 10% business advice. 90% puro love. I personally answer every question. I don't have any assistance doing it, even though I'm how tired I am, I have to answer their questions because they have needs there. Diba? So my social media is not just for social, it's reaching out and helping. May sumulat sa akin girlfriend. Nakalagay ito, Sir Francis, tulungan mo ko. The way nag-PPM, alam mo yung PM, no? The way nag-PPM, akala mo chat. Online ako, diba? Sir Francis, tulungan mo ko. Bakit? Kailangan pa bang habulin ko siya? Sabi ko, bakit mo hahabulin? Love ko talaga siya. Kung love mo siya, ba't mo hahabulin? Kasi 4 na beses na ako niloko, pero mahal ko talaga siya. Dapat pa panakunin ko siya. Pigil na ako. Gusto ko na sana sabihin, talino mo. I had to post something that would not hurt her feelings. Nag-trending yun. Sabi, would you like me to show you what it is?
Yes.
Sabi ko, never let an old flame burn you twice. Dali, kopyahin mo na. Kailangan mo yan. Next. This is the first generation of young people, and George, they're not still like fingertips 24/7. Your mom. How young is your kid? 8 months. Okay, kids are noisy, kids are annoying. Give them a digital device, they leave you alone. Not a very good idea. Kasi if they keep on playing digital devices, if you keep on playing digital devices, it only speeds up their speed recognition, accelerates their speed recognition without building imaginative skills. Most of my clients now all over the place, their buzzword is creativity, innovation, creativity. Right? And here's the biggest problem. When they keep on playing digital games, the moment they get bored, they swipe. They get bored, they swipe. They get bored, they swipe. When they enter classrooms, are teachers boring or not boring? So what do they do when they meet boring teachers? They conduct medical swipe. Next. First generation of young people who are in social contact all the time, yet often in isolation. This is the #1 complaint of HR people. Who's representing HR here? Yeah. Their complaint, these young people, ang gagaling mag-tweet, gagaling mag-post. But when it comes to face-to-face conversation, they lack communication skills. Not good. How many more you want to be successful, guys? Improve your communication skill. Next. This is the first generation of young people who will learn more from a portable device than from a class. Guys, would you like me to teach you how to identify whether a person is already old or not? They don't understand English. Tagalog. Gusto niyo ba turuan ko kaya paano makikilala kung taong kausap mo matanda na o hindi? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes. Malalaman mo matanda na ang kausap mo, bakit ang cellphone niya nakakabit pa rin sa cinturón? The next thing I'm going to share with you is going to be very sensitive. And isa sa kalmado. Tapos na issue na kalimutan na nung Can you promise me hindi kayo magagalit sa akin?
Yes.
Promise, ha? Oh, eto na. What's this? The mothers today are so different from the mothers of yesterday. Tapang lang mga lalaki. Guidance counselors are complaining, grabe tata. Ang mga nanay nung araw, mahinhin, mahihain. Ngayong militante. Aktivista. ngayon yung test paper sa project, lulusubin yung teacher. Bakit ito lang ang grade siya? Alam mo kung ba't galit siya? Siyang gumagawa ng kaya ako ang grades masasaktan. At they are so competitive. Kaya ma'am, huwag kang ganyan ha. Pa-summer, they're so competitive. Bakit? Kitang-kita. Alam, ngayon summer walang pasok, pumatang mag-taekwondo ka. Kamali mo pa rin. Ma'am, may magpulog ka. 3 years old lang yan. And they want high grades. Hey! I've got news for you. There was a time when you have high grades to go embellished with Latin honors, you can secure a job that can fix your future forever. It doesn't happen anymore. Entry level, yeah, but the moment they join your company, nobody even cares about your transcript or framework, right? What is HR looking for? Number 1, mabilis ba ang learning curve? Number 2, team player pa yan. Number 3, meron ba siyang relationship with working with others? Number 4, agile ba yan? Pwede mong ilipat. Number 5, kumusta ang communication skills niya? In English pa rin. Number 6, kumusta ba ang kanyang character? Kumusta yung attitude na? You see notice? Almost every quality I mentioned has something to do with what? Soft skills. Right? There's a reason why I introduced you my 3 kids. Do you remember them? Brian, Hannah, and Rachel? Is it fair for me to claim at this early stage in their business and career, they're fairly successful? Fair? I'm proud of them. Would you like to know why I'm proud of my kids? Let me explain. All of my kids, including this one, all of them, they all failed in school. That's why I'm proud of them. They followed their father's footsteps. Anybody here studied in a Chinese school? Wala. I came from a Chinese school. It took me 6 years to finish high school. Wala pang K-12 noon. I earned my PhD in high school. PhD means passing high school with difficulty. 2014, when I went up the stage and accepted my trophy given to me by ex-former Chief Justice Sereno, and the trophy says, Francis J. Kong, the outstanding Filipino, in front of 233 people, and just smiled. But my eyes zoom in on only one word. My eyes zoom in on one word called outstanding, and I whispered to myself, outstanding. So I know, but Jan, I'm used to that. High school pa lang ako outstanding. Lagi sinasabi ng teacher, stand outside. There was another reason why I failed in school. Can I tell you why? I used to play varsity basketball for our school team when I was in school. Ayaw kong paniwalaan. Alam ko yan ang reaction mo. Kaya nagtala ako ng ebidensya. Anong number ko dyan?
7.
Wala. Anong number ko dyan?
7.
Anong number? 6? Hindi, pangit yun.
Jawo.
Alam mo, in one of the schools, there were about 2,000 students, and I asked them, anong number ka dyan? Mismo ikaw sa audience, yung nakabarong. We had a reunion 3 years ago. Ito na sila. Ang papangin. I want to call your attention to number 14 and number 16. They're very good friends of mine. Why are they my favorite? Very simple. It took me 6 years to finish high school. Si number 14, 7 years. Hindi pa niya tinapos. But he's a multi-millionaire today. Number 16, baksak, summer, remedial, pasado, summer, remedial, baksak. He's a billionaire.
Wow.
He owns a professional basketball team called Blackwaters. He's the owner of a local cosmetic brand called Everyday na. Yan ang sinasabi ko. Kaya kung yung anak paksa, magandang kinabukasan. Sino sa inyo paksa nung araw? Taas sa kamay. O, kita mo, paano kayo nakapasa sa HR? Now, what happens in the basketball tournament when you win first place? What is the color of your trophy and medal? Gold. Second place.
Silver.
Third place.
Bronze.
Even if you were given the silver, you were given the bronze, you have such a bad feeling, you feel like you are still a... Because there is only one. That pathos that operates within you gives you the compulsion and drive to say, walang yakin, Chuck Tyson, next year, babalikan namin. Lalo kami lagi si Chuck Tyson. What's this? Today, every child that participates in school is given a star. Wala pang nagagawa yung mga. Tatantapo nilang smile. And then we invent awards, di ba? Best nose, best cheeks. And the parents fight the school in defense of the kids. That's why you have the Ateneo bullying. You get it now? I've got news for you. Those kids that have been underprepared and overprotected for in life, they are the millionaires today. During our time, we don't have that. Ang philosophy namin nung araw, tiyaga ka dyan. Kahit mahirap ang trabaho, tiyaga ka. Kahit na yung boss mo, malakas ang impact. Sa Tagalog, mukhang impacto. We had to work everything. Wala yan yung mga facilities. Now, everything is given to you. That's why it's a totally different environment. Why would you blame the millennials when the parents themselves give them wrong teaching? This is the way your parents taught you. Anak, you can be anyone you want to be as long as you put your heart into it. That's not true. Can you imagine Shaquille O'Neal wanting to be the best horse jockey in the world? He's bigger than a horse. You can do anything you want to do as long as you put your heart to it. That's not true. I've always wanted to slam dunk. I still cannot. And then the parents, when they see your painting, anak, that's the most beautiful painting I've ever seen in the world. So when that painting is given a low grade, Ma, I thought you said this was your teacher stupid. That's your environment. So before they accuse you of being entitled and being whatever, you gotta go back and trace back where did those attitudes come from. Are you with me? That's why I understand you. That is the reason why many young people now in the workplace, you give them additional workload or you give them a little pressure, I'm so overwhelmed. 2 weeks pa lang, I'm so stressed. Pag napakalit kang ng push, my mommy doesn't even talk to me that way. Dapat bugbugin natin yung mommy. And this is the most favorite. Ay, yung mga anak na yayaman, they're worse. Grabe. Papagalitan mo lang, I'm out of here. And this is the most favorite expression of the young. This job is not for me. Have you ever heard people say that? This job is not for me. Mapagalitan ng boss. This job is not for me. Pwede ba yun? Huh? Hey, success and failure belongs to the same equation. Before you can succeed, you better know how to manage your failure and learn from it, right? This job is not for me. Hey, I gotta ask you a question. What age does a child begin to walk? And before you answer me that question, do we make mistakes?
Yes.
When we make mistakes, are we corrected and reprimanded? Masakit ba o masarap pag napapagalitan ng boss? Masakit. Anong ginagawa ng mga panalo sa buhay? They absorb the pain. They process the situation. They rectify the mistake. And then when they get out of that process, they emerge tougher and wiser, getting ready for the next level of challenge, right? Pwede ba yung every time na, this job is not for you. Oh, okay, wala. What age does a child begin to walk? 1, yung unang attempt, natutumba o hindi?
Tumba.
May nakita na ba ko yung baby nung pinakita biglang tumakbo? And you shut up? So what do? You pick up the child, you train, di ba? Next attempt, how many steps? Maybe 2. Does the child fall down? Yes, what do? Wash, rinse, repeat. Di ba? Next attempt, 3, 4. Have you ever heard a child say, I don't think walking is top to shoulder, person to your right. Look at that person and say, kaya ikaw wag kang bumigay.
Kaya ikaw huwag kang bumigay.
Kaya wag ka mahinuman. Say, top to shoulder. Look at that person and say, wag kang reklamo na.
Huwag kang reklamo.
Are you getting the picture? So we're gonna go through the rest very fast. Teka muna, are you learning?
Yes.
I'm not yet done with the introduction. Next, we're gonna go through this fast. This is the first generation of young people who use phones instead of a watch, camera, or calendar, or board game. Don't sleep with your phones beside your bed. Last November, I went to New York. I listened to Ariana Huffington. Ariana Huffington is the publisher of Huffington Post. Anybody wants to rub shoulders with her, she collapsed. After she collapsed, she was hospitalized for about 2 months. And then never knew what hit her. After she recovered, she's now the guru of wellness. Wrote a book entitled Sleep. And I learned so much from her. Have you ever counted how many times you can look at the screen? Average screen looking is 150 a day. Next, do you realize that our mental health issues is high? Why? This is a neuropediatrics doctor who explained this to me. When you do something good and you're happy, the body produces happy hormones called endorphins. When somebody stresses you, the body produces stress hormones called cortisol. So life is a question of endorphins versus cortisol, endorphins. Without the social media and screen and phones before, when you're happy, your happiness lasts a longer time. When you're stressed a longer time. Today with social media, you write something, somebody bashes you, cortisol. Somebody likes you, endorphins. The mind now is overworked. Our emotions are being ruled in such a high speed, such that the mind does not have the time to rest. I would suggest when you go home or even now, turn off all of your notifications. Don't sleep with your phones. Ariana Huffington says we are all phoneaholics. Why? It's worse than an alcoholic. An alcoholic does not sleep with a bottle beside his bed. When you sleep under the pillow, you put it under the pillow. Here's another thing I learned. Some people watch the screen until they go and sleep. So what is left now is the blue screen. When you're sleeping and there's a blue screen, it tricks the mind and robs your body of producing melatonin, that is the main substance to repair your broken body cells. It doesn't repair. You gotta make sure you turn off all the lights. Not you put on a sleep mask or something. Turn off all the notifications. And Ariana Huffington says something beautiful. How do you break off an addiction? You cannot just stop it. You have to wean yourself slowly until you get incremental success, and then it becomes a healthy habit. Are you following me? So sabi niya, here's her advice. Before you go to bed, you hold your smartphone with both hands and then say good night. Good night. No kissing. And then she introduced a phone bed. Sweetheart, do you have the picture? She introduced an Ariana smartphone bed. This bed has a blanket. I got so amazed by her telling me I bought one right away and I regret what I did. $65. So, sabi niya, that phone bed is actually a charger. So you can bring your phone bed, put it far away in the other room, and then you put your iPad and everything else, and then plug it in, put a blanket, get the whole family to sleep. $65 on yan. Tuwa ako, nag-Amazon na, complete ako, pag-deliver sa ginukalagin. Kamoy lang. And so, wean yourself away. Huh? Let's go next. First generation can travel anywhere in the world with matching fares. I have brought my kids to many cities in other countries. I traveled the world. The Philippines is still one of the most beautiful countries God has ever created. Agree? So I still have to explore the rest of the country. Fill in the blanks. Whitewater rafting. Again, the word surfing. Scuba. Anilaw. Snorkeling. Anilaw din. Snorkeling sa taas. Scuba. Next. First generation young people experts in hobbies. That's why the more gadgets you buy, the less manual you have. Wala namang manual. Everybody goes to YouTube. That's why YouTube now is our #1 competition for our resource, which is time. More technology now is being turned to provide entertainment rather than education. Look, I'm a business consultant. Every company that wants to be profitable, they just need to be very careful with 2 words. What are those 2 words? Resource allocation. If you allocate your resources correctly, you become profitable. If you don't allocate your resource correctly, you have wastage, and that's going to be costly. Every human being has the same resource. They're not unlimited. Time. Every single hour that you watch a Korean drama series is 1 hour taken away from some serious study on books and articles that can increase your craft. Next, entertainment distracts. Education engages. That is the reason why when you don't feel good, you have a problem, you watch a movie, it distracts you away from the problem, you forget, right? But does the problem go away? No. But if you spend the same hour in education, getting tips and opinions and ideas and principles on how to deal with the problem, then you're engaged in a better solution for the problem, right? That's why, next, attention. Your attention will cost you. If you're not paying attention to what you're doing, you're easily distracted here and there, it will cost you. Next, money. Kailan ang sweldo mo? 15. Once a month, right? 15 and 30th. Hindi malapit na.
30.
Kailan bukas?
Bukas.
So, money. So, you're not careful with your money, it will cost you. Those are resources, aren't they? But if you allocate them correctly, then you're okay. Number 10, first generation of young people now who makes money for getting their diploma before my youngest daughter went up the States to accept her fake diploma. during commencement. She was already designing web pages for Singaporean clients, earning Singaporean dollars and keeping it a secret from her dad. Will you agree with me if I say it's a different world now? And that's your future. Now I've got news for you. In 2 years' time, latest 3 years' time, Gen Z is entering the workplace. Some people call them Generation Z. Australians call them that. Others call them Gen Z. Others are calling them the Zillennials. The Gen Z, they're totally different creatures compared to you. Very good. And so things are going to be very competitive from here on. Which begs the question, what should I do? How can I navigate myself towards the uncertain terrain of the future in order to ensure lasting success? Now, that's going to be my lesson with you. Doon magwawakas ang aking introduction. Are you learning?
Yes.
Okay, I want to make sure you're learning because I'm a professional trainer. You can't fool me with it. Sweetheart, put in 1 minute. In 1 minute's time, I want you to talk to the person beside you and discuss what's the biggest thing you've learned so far. Talk. Everything begins here. Hey, you gotta take care of this one. Everything begins with the mind. You'll be amazed. So many things either become a potential, become a problem simply because of wrong thinking. Wrong thinking equals wrong living. Say that with me.
Wrong thinking equals living.
How do you want to be successful? That's what To be successful is an outcome. Everybody say outcome.
Outcome.
To get your outcome, you need behaviors. Right behaviors lead you to the right. Wrong behaviors lead you to the wrong outcome. But your behaviors is predicated on your thinking. When you think right, you behave right. When you behave right, you have right outcome. Pero kung mali ito, mali rin. That's why you gotta guard your minds. The human mind works like a computer hard disk. Complete the sentence. Garbage in. Never allow trust to enter your mind. My goodness, it's like we have trust inside your bedroom? No. Now why would you allow trust to enter our mind? Your mind is a depository of the materials that you do, that you observe and absorb. There are two conversations that take place in your mind. The conversations that take place inside your mind and the conversations that take place outside your mind. That's why you guard this. This is the most important thing. Life operates based on ideas. You and I are at the mercy of our ideas. That's why I love what Dallas Wheeler, the philosopher, says. Every day as we live our lives, our mind is like our clothing. It picks up flint. Ano yung Tagalog sa flint? Himulmol or something? No? That's why sometimes you have to use your stuff too. But the mind works like that. So may I make a suggestion? Stay away from negative people. May kilala pa ko yung mga negative people. Yung bihira lang kayo magkita, kumusta ka? Wala ba kayo ng company na? May uric acid o may diabetes pa. And you gotta be very careful. When you wake up in the morning, we are inundated by a lot of negative messages everywhere. And human beings have a propensity to exaggerate on the negative and then conveniently discard and forget the positive. Tignan mo. You always remember those terrible moments when you needed a cab and it wasn't there for you. But you have conveniently forgotten all those beautiful moments when you needed it and they were there. Anong mas malakas ang hila? Negative o positive? Negative, di ba? If you don't believe me, look, we are essentially very negative. You don't believe me, I'll ask you questions. What do you call the device that controls traffic? Traffic light. What's another name for traffic light?
Stoplight.
Stoplight. Kita mo, napaka-negative na. Why not call it a goal light? Nag-go naman. Next. What do you call the device that wakes you up in the morning? Motivational speaker Zig Ziglar says, why not call it an opportunity clock? Hindi ka pa gumigising, alarm ka na. Ito, hindi ko maintindihan. Why do they call airports terminal? And yet, stage 4. And just before you land, some dude will speak over the public address system and say, and now, we are going towards our final destination. Look at Filipinos. We smile a lot, we laugh a lot, but deep inside us, we are very critical, skeptical, and cynical. Ang Pinoy, nasa loob yan, hindi na halaga. When two Filipinos meet, oh, kumusta ka na? Anong response? Okay lang. Yung iba, ano? Eto, surviving pa rin. Am I supposed to equate with the idea that you're 50-50? Survival eh. Yung iba, kumusta ka na? Ito, buhay pa? Bakit dati patay? Everything begins here. Now, I'm going to share with you a very important thing. Don't wake up in the morning with the news. News are bite-sized tragedies. You want to wake up in the morning and start the day with Anthony Taberna? Very good guy, by the way. Do you guys know I used to have a regular segment with Umagang Kaganda. Hindi mo alam yun eh. Yun. Alam mo ba't hindi mo alam? Walang nanonood. Now, can I explain to you why you need to guard this one? Let me explain. There I was waiting for my segment to happen. And here's the teleprompter. You know, the camera has a teleprompter. They actually read about the camera. So when you look at their eyes, they're not looking at you, they're looking a little bit up. And so before their segment continues, they're given talking points. So the talking points provides the synopsis of what they're going to be talking about. So that when they read the teleprompter, you don't have to be at a loss. So I was waiting for my segment. And so it's on cam. It is on camera. Anthony Taberna, Bernadette Sembrano, and Alex Armos. The topic at that time was Napoles. So here I am, nakaupo pa tayo, pinapanood ko si Anthony. Sabi ni Anthony, alam mo, no, lago. Bakit? Pira natin, pag hinanginan ako, I felt my anger rising. So by the time before the segment was over, I was so heated up. And then finally, sabi ni Anthony, at magbabalik tayo sa Umagang Kaganda. And then he shifts on bed, and then he says, uy, pala mo yung sine ka rin, now you're so mad, and then split second, and third person. I had the best learning that day. Guys, it's just a job. Trabaho lang nila yan. You get it? If you're not careful, pati ikaw, di ba? Ma-absorb ka. So by the time you listen to this radio commentaries and you reach your office, you feel like committing suicide. Guard your mind. Ingat lang. I'm gonna